Hey fellow gamers, Skippy0330 here with you again. We're going to be talking today about some Alpha 20. First video I've actually done on this because I'm trying not to get too jacked myself. I'm really looking forward to this version. We're not going to dive deep into it in this video. I'm actually going to make a video series and we're going to take things apart and like maybe make a building video, zombie video, do everything all nice and separately and have it all set. Now, Alpha 20 guys, when is this coming out? So this is just conjecture, but I went to Steam database and last year before we got experimental version, I noticed about a month before that the testing trunk and the testing branch were getting updated, and they're getting updated almost every couple days, you know, once a week, and it was getting really close, and then experimental dropped. And now I went and looked at Steam database and we haven't really been getting too much updates. As you can see, alpha 19.4 blah blah. I think this is alpha 19.5. I'm not sure what's going on here, but if we look at the top two here, the testing stuff, you can't get to these. As you see, they're locked 2 days ago and 4 days ago. So if this is anything like last year, that means we're about a month off. They're in the testing phase. Maybe, fingers crossed, we'll see experimental in August and maybe the full version by September, October. That would be super nice. I can't wait to make Alpha 20 base day one, guys. Like I'm trying not to sound too excited. Yeah, anyway, getting back to it, this is what I seen last year, so this is what I'm going off, why I think Alpha 20 will be out soon. I could be wrong, I could be right, could be out sooner, could be out later, who knows, but let's go ahead and do a quick go over here of what Alpha 20 is going to introduce to us. So taking a look here, I'm going right off the 7 Days to Die community forum. If you guys want to get information, this is where to get it, 7daystoDie.com. Anyway, looking at the roadmap here, it says Alpha 2021 roadmap. They've been working with Unity devs directly, which is great because the Fun Pimps, they are a good team, but at the same time, they're a bunch of modders and stuff that came together. Like they worked on some little games here and there, but they really didn't have a solid foundation when they started this out, and the game blew up, and I think it got a little bit out of hand for them, you know what I mean? So now they're working with Unity directly, which means they probably will be squashing some real big bugs, making things run a lot better, which is a huge thing for 7 Days to Die. All the complaints I see is how poorly the game runs. Now, Alpha 19 did make the game run a lot better, at least on my end. I'm not sure for other people, but Alpha 19 did help great. So hopefully Alpha 20 will be running a lot better. Now, as you can see, they've already put Alpha 21 into the roadmap, so we can expect a whole nother alpha after that. And maybe even after that, a finished game. Anyway, 2, random generation update. This is what's really exciting. New stamp tech that allow artists to create features such as mountains, hills, rivers to be placed in biomes. There will be a stable of different land features for the game to choose from. I wonder why they chose that word. It's a little weird. Now, this was something that was introduced into Unity a couple of years ago. I messed around with it myself a little bit while I was trying to mod and make some maps, but it looks like they finally figured out how to engineer that into random generation, which is really nice because a lot of those stamps are actually fantastic. Additional controls and map generation interface to give players more options for terrain generation, such as sliders to determine mountainous versus flat, for example. So I don't know if you guys, there is a map generation utility out there, and it's called Nitrogen. I actually wanted to look this up. So Nitrogen was a fantastic tool for generating your own maps, which is really nice. And if we take a look now, this is a dead project. It was dropped before Alpha 19 went stable. Compatibility has dwindled since then. As of now, 19.5, it's strongly recommended to avoid using this tool. And that's from the forum moderators. So Nitrogen kind of walked away on Alpha 19, which was really disappointing. But the devs were like, you know what? We're gonna actually do this in the game. So you'll get all the sliders and stuff that you got in Nitrogen in the game, and in my opinion, it's about damn time. A game can never have too many options, especially a open world game. You need those options. Everyone likes to play them differently, right? Okay, so moving on. Biome selectors and city selectors to allow users to control the density of these map features. Once again, that was something that was on Nitrogen too. You could literally make the whole map all the wall buildings if you want to. 6K, 8K, and 10K map sizes planned. Okay, that's cool. Now, vehicle mods. This is something I've been looking forward to for a while. Tinting mask will allow vehicles to have color details added to differentiate. Oh crap, vehicle owners better. So that's good for multiplayer. Like, that was a huge problem on my multiplayer servers, which people being like, whose bike is this? At least if you can color it, you could tell, well, that's my pink bike, you know what I mean? So we get mods such as fuel saver, off-road headlights, supercharger, expanded seats so you can add another passenger to the vehicle, reserve fuel tank. So these are all stuff that we've seen in Darkness Falls. You guys will see me add those mods in. So it'd be nice to see those go into the vanilla game as well. This is a big one, and this was one I want to make a video on, and I know a lot of people are going to hate this, and old me would have hated this update too, but I actually looked into it, and this is going to make building and everything a lot better. Not simpler, but better. You'll have access to all the tools to make all the different shapes and stuff, all in different blocks. You won't have to make certain blocks and upgrade them to match the other blocks. It's kind of really, it's all jammed together right now, and it makes no sense. So shapes are shown as shaded drawings of blocks. Blocks from the shape menu are placed as particle board blocks that function as same as frame blocks. So you'll have a frame block and you can upgrade that block from there. Simplified upgrade path. Frame particle board to wood to stone to concrete to steel. So there's no more wet concrete, no more of that stuff. Now, the only thing that concerns me here is blocks destroy to air. They do not downgrade. So I'm assuming you'll be able to build a steel block and just place a steel block in instead of having to go all the way up the upgrade path, which would be really annoying. And I really, really hope, because steel doesn't break down or the stone doesn't break down or whatever, that they make the blocks a lot more durable. So it's a lot more balanced out, right? Because it would suck if they just came in, smashed your whole building, and it's done, right? That kind of sucks. So I'm looking forward to the new building update. We're going to see what that looks like in a future video. Number 5, dynamic imposters. Changes to the world and player-built forts are represented in Distant Terrain. This is a huge one, guys. I don't know if you like building. I love building. And the most disappointing thing is when you go for a little run or you go for a drive and you look back and where'd it go? It's gone. Your building's not there, right? So now you'll be able to see those from the distance, like you see POIs from a distance. And if you go to a city, guys, and you change that city, you give it a whole facelift, you'll be able to see it all at once because those changes will be made. That's huge. I love that. I can't wait for that. Number 6, we got micro splat improvements, which just makes better terrain blending. So going from like different biomes and stuff should look a little better. I'm not a developer. I know very little about it, but I do know the basics. So number 7, feral sense game option. This is all I like, guys. I love this. Set zombies to different states of awareness from dumb to feral, seeing and hearing. I'm 100%, guys. Base day 1, alpha 20. We are going feral downtown in a huge city. It's gonna be, oh, I can't wait. Like I said, I'm trying not to get too excited, guys, so we won't talk about that quite yet. Biome difficulty. Snow and desert will have game stage boosts, creating tougher enemies and better loot. So for those who hated the fact that you're only getting like little stupid wood weapons and crap at the beginning of the game, go right to the winter biome or right to the wasteland biome and go and get yourself some good loot. You're of course going to be taking on harder zombies and stuff, but that's actually really cool. See, this is the type of changes too I want to see to make a game harder. Simply making the zombies have a huge amount of hit points, to me, is not hard, and it's kind of just redundant. I don't enjoy that type of gameplay, so I don't really generally do it, right? I'd rather a ton of zombies where their heads pop off easily and they can overrun you than like 10 zombies that you have to hit 1,000 times in the head for it to die, right? It doesn't really make any sense to me. Anyway, that was a little bit of a rant. Wasteland will have a greater game stage boost, creating even tougher enemies and even better loot. So like I said earlier, there we go. So now we also have a new set of pipe weapons for a primitive tier. So pipe pistol, pipe blah blah blah. These will probably be cool right at the beginning, but I think they'll get old fast and people will move on from them quite quickly. That's just a personal opinion, but we'll see what happens. Trader to trader progression, details coming. Not really entirely sure what's going on with that, as well as a loot progression and game staging improvements. These are the two things I really want to see them talk about as well, because these are very important. This is what makes the game flow, right? New POIs and environment art. So they're definitely bringing in tons of POIs. Over 100 new POIs, many more props, and environmental decorations. We will show some pictures here in some more future videos once we break down some of this stuff a little more. I just want to go and do my research 100% and know exactly what I'm talking about before I do that for you guys. Dynamic music and ambient audio improvements, details coming along with animation. Digging quest improvements implemented but not yet revealed. I do think that was actually revealed on a stream. This hasn't been updated in a little while. Restore power quests. These are kind of cool. So what you're going to be doing is basically going to a building, hitting that quest marker, the building's gonna go offline for power, and then you gotta go and find the generator and power it, and quest done. So that would be really neat. Imagine a T5 one like that. It'd be really, really cool to see a whole building come and light up. Really super neat. Number 17, new zombies entities. We got the nurse drone. That is going to be highly disappointing for you guys. Once again, like I said, we will be getting into that in a later video. Screamer, about damn time. That old Screamer model, I hate it so much. Fat Cop, Burnt Zombie, and a Hoodie Dude. So there's other stuff too. Like I said, we're going to be going, I have to go and get a whole bunch of pictures, go through all the streams and stuff and get some good footage for that. AI and sleeper improvements were pushed to A21. Character overhaul, A21. Water overhaul, A21. This, guys, this is something I honestly have given up on ever seeing, is water physics. Because water in 7 Days to Die is brutal. It doesn't flow. It's hard to work with. It's a pain in the butt. Even swimming across it is a nightmare. So hopefully we see that Alpha 21, but who knows? Anyway, we're not gonna go into these because they're pushed to Alpha 21 and they'll probably change there. But yeah, lots of exciting stuff coming here, guys, with Alpha 20. Like I said, if you want to see more videos breaking down like these different subjects really well into a video, let me know down in the comments what you'd like to see the most. Remember to hit that like button, guys, and stay classy. I'll see you in the next video.
Say I need to get a little action. People say my love life is fiction. People say I wouldn't give them no satisfaction. Well, I wouldn't know, it's beyond my imagination. I keep my pants up high and my zipper closed, and people wonder why I never get rid of those awesome looking sunglasses that I got off of eBay at a special price. Anyway, you get the picture right. People love to hate a